Okay, great. So we are going to be introducing Google Classrooms as a platform for all of our parents to be able to access activities that are for specifically for the classroom that your child is in. So we will have a classroom invite coming out sometime next week as soon as we start receiving a consent piece. Um, for either your red room, your blue room, or your green room. Just a little side note, if I'm rushing, if you have questions, you can unmute yourself and you can also type into the chat as a way to just get my attention, and then I'll stop and answer your question. So I just wanted to give everybody a little bit of a run through on how to access it and what will be in the Google Classrooms as well too, because we'll still be doing our Facebook live posts. We'll also still be doing our newsletter. This is just to streamline and get a little bit more focused on the specific demographic of the classes that we serve and the kiddos that are in it. So I'm going to start screen sharing my computer so that you can see what the Google Classroom will be like for you. Sorry, Irene, I'm just going to mute you. No offense. Okay, so just give me one moment here. Okay, so is everybody able to, I'm just gonna pull this over. Everybody's able to see my screen? Just give me a little thumbs up if you can see it. Perfect, thank you. So you'll get an invitation in your email. I just sent this one to myself. It'll come up at whatever email you provide, Silver Creek, as to which classroom that you want to join. All you really need to do is hit the join, and it will take you to the actual homepage for your specific classroom for your child. So I am the therapist in the green room, so this is what you guys get to see. So it is divided. Actually, this is my side. This is your version. So you will see on the left-hand side here, you'll see all the different topics that we will start uploading things underneath. So we've got circle time, we've got teacher and educational activities, we've got occupational therapy and speech language therapy. We're just in the process of finalizing everything, and we aim to have everything up by Monday. So there will be physiotherapy, there will be music therapy as well in here too. So all of the therapies will be available, as well as the teacher activities that are specific for your classroom. So what's great about this is when you first come in, you'll just be able to see who has posted recently. So Shober, one of our teachers in the green room, has posted some new activities. Kathleen, our much loved music therapist, has posted some songs as well too. Isabel, our CDA, our communication disorders assistant, has posted too. So you'll be able to go to your classwork and you'll be able to scroll through to see what has been uploaded so far. So we will have a bit of a base content to send out for you guys for next week. And we're trying to just work out a strategy to come up with sort of weekly postings so we don't inundate you with everything. One thing I do want to let you all know is that it's not mandatory that you have to go through every single activity. We just want to be able to provide families with some really good resources for what you might be able to fit in. So don't feel pressured to do every single activity. It's sort of a pick and choose as meets your family's needs at this particular time. So you can go in and we'll just take a look at colors. So this will look at its colors. It will tell you a little bit about what it is. So a fun circle about colors with the story of Old MacDonald. And if you want to see it, you can click on it, and then Mika will come up and do a lovely circle about colors, which you won't be able to hear because I'm on my AirPods, so I can't share the sound with you, but you'll be able to view the circle at any time because sometimes parents can't access the live videos on Facebook at specific times. So this is a great way for you guys to access them as suits your needs. If you want to, or your child wants to add a little comment in, you're welcome to add a little comment and then it'll come up. It will be seen by everybody in the classroom. So just know that if you're commenting, other children, other parents will be able to see that as well. So then we'll go into teacher activities. So again, we will be posting on a weekly basis more activities for you. So again, just this one is a document to give you some ideas of some fine motor activities that you can do with your kids. And again, we're trying to look at the different developmental levels of each class and meet the needs for each class. For my section, for my particular class, I've got a bunch of sort of yoga adventures that you can do from mostly seated, wheelchair accessible movement practice. But again, we give lots of options for people to be able to pick and meet you guys where you and your family are at. I also have some activities too. So working on that skill development there and some ideas that you can do to teach your kid new skills. And we do tend to, I've divided it into sort of developmental age work to give you different areas that you can work on depending on where your kiddo is at. Speech language, again, they're trying to work towards what the specific class is and give you some good ideas that you can implement throughout your day so that you don't have to do too much outside of your regular parenting and work life. So that's sort of the basic run through. In the people, you'll see the list of they're labeled teachers, but they're any staff member who's able to post in your group. So Andrea will be she's our parent coordinator, so she will post parent resources. We've got our therapy assistants, music therapy, our teachers, and our speech language therapists there. So you're able to access information from all of the different disciplines throughout Silver Creek. I'm just going to pause. If anybody has a question, you can unmute yourself. We good? Okay, so I'm going to, oh, sorry, there's a couple latecomers coming in. I'm just going to wait for them to come in. So for our Google Classrooms, one piece of it is you do end up having a lot of notifications that come in every time a teacher or a therapist posts. So you can go into your settings and change that. We've tried to make it so that the Google Classroom is accessible by any domain, so any address that you have for your email, so that you don't just have to have a Gmail account. So you can access it by just going to google.classroom.com and I'll screen share again for everybody. So, or you can access it by, if you do have a Gmail account, if you go into your little app grid at the top right-hand side beside your name, and you open everything up, when you scroll down, you can find the classroom icon, and then you'll be able to access all your classrooms for here. So I'll have more classrooms than just the green room. So those are the classrooms that I have access to, and then you can go into that classroom for yourself, which will look like this as the first page that you see as you come in. And then, just because I know some people came in a little bit later on, it's just divided into your classwork. So this is where the main content of information is going to be. All the topics for your specific classroom, whether it be the red room, the green room, or the blue room, will be divided into topics by discipline. And then some will be subdivided into more categories from there if you're looking for gross motor, or fine motor, or dressing skills, something like that. So again, we as a team per colored classroom are trying to get really specific and focused more so on the material we present that targets a little bit more of the needs that you and your family might need there. How's everyone doing? Lots of information, I know. Um, so that's the basic overview of Google Classroom. Again, it's our first time with it, and it's a trial, this whole situation for everybody. So there may be little hiccups as we go over it. Please feel free to give us your feedback, to if you have specific requests for your classroom, for your teachers. We'd love to know, because we want you guys to benefit from the information that we're presenting to you. That should be, sorry, the kids are just loud. That should be the end of the content I wanted to cover. But if anybody wants me to go over anything again, or if any of the Silver Creek staff would like to add on, because I most likely forgot something, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question or add any information that you would like. Everybody's very quiet. Karen? Okay, let me find
I
you.
think Susan has a question, but Susan, you're on mute right now, so you'll have to unmute yourself.
Thank you.
There we go.
There we
Okay.
go. There we go.
Thank you. So just to review, you'll be sending an email with the link?
Yes, so your teacher,
Yeah.
once we receive consent from families to participate in Google Classroom, then we will send out an email with the specific link and classroom code so that you can access all of the content for your classroom.
And
Yeah,
then
good question.
if you don't get the email, then if you have a Gmail account, you can go to Google Classroom?
No,
Is that
you
correct?
still need the
Sorry.
email, because we still need to
the
receive
email.
consent.
Gotcha.
We still
Gotcha.
need to receive consent, and once we have that consent, we will send that out to you.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
To clarify, and I believe that there's also a question regarding how do we send the consent. So on Monday, we're targeting that somebody from the classroom will then email the invitation out, and using the email that was provided to the school, which we have under our contacts. And once you accept the invite, it will actually be implied consent that you agree to using Google Classroom as a learning resource with the school. So Irina, our admin, has sent out the information letter and also a consent letter out, I believe yesterday, outlining the benefits and also just some of the risk and things to be more cautious about, which is basically providing supervision for your child at all times, and providing the assistance as needed, as this is general recommendations from us for our classrooms. So once you've read the letter, you accept, then you are giving us the consent to using this platform with you. So I hope that clarifies things.
Thanks, Karen.
Okay, great.
Anyone else have a question? I'll try and put you into a grid so I can see if your hand pops up, or just feel free to unmute yourself. Okay, everybody's feeling good as we are about it. It'll be a learning curve for all of us, for sure. Not to put you on the spot, Irina, do you need to add anything in? Do you want me to? I think you're unmuted. Oh no, I don't hear you. It says you're unmuted, but we can't actually hear you. No, she's just gonna be our silent champion behind us. Sorry, unable to hear you. I don't know why though. Maybe because I've stolen your name. Okay, if you do have specific questions, please feel free to email the teachers or any of the therapy staff, as we'll be happy to help families out if you have specific needs for activities for your kids at home. So if nobody else has any questions, then I think we are good. I'll stay around for a little bit. If you do have any questions, feel free to end the meeting, or send a little chat. Please say hello to all your children for us. We definitely miss them dearly and hope everybody is staying safe and well. Yeah, you're welcome.
We just have a question here. Are we still gonna have the videos on Facebook still, or it's all gonna go
Yes.
to? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So we will have the Facebook, we will have the newsletter, and this is an additional resource for families. And I did mention before, I know some people came in later, it's as needed. Don't feel obligated that you need to do every activity in the classroom. It's up to you guys to work within whatever scheduling is good for you guys. If you don't get to it, it's okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody's slowly leaving. I did record it though, so I'm gonna stop the recording.